Yeah, man, Supple Purples with my Blessed Beats. Today we're going to have a look at some special tips and tricks with the SP-404A. The SP series is a preferred weapon of choice in many a beatmaker setup. People tend to use it in a bunch of different ways. Maybe you've seen my old review of it. I prefer to use it mostly for sound design and shit like that. So today we're going to polish a turd. We're going to take a kick that is very farty, as I call it. It has no thumb to it, and we're going to transform it by resampling it through a bunch of different effects, a prominent one being Subsonic. We're going to polish a turd. This is our source material, sampled from a record. As you can hear, there's not a lot of low end in there. The main piece of this magic, like I said, is the Subsonic. The Subsonic will generate for you a tone that gets triggered according to a certain threshold. You can put any sound through that, and it works particularly great for thickening up a kick. So let's find it in the effects charts right here. Subsonic number 23. You can use the shortcut holding MFX down and DJ effects looper and press the pads here to get to 23. Now let's hear what it sounds like. Make sure you press remain first to see that the effect is active on that particular pad. Not a lot happening. Let's try twitching some. There we go. So you hear this tone being generated now every time that the kick plays. The threshold is the sensitivity, and that's going to predict how long this tone is. And we want it to be pretty short and snappy, so we're going to find the spot where it just triggers. Find that sweet spot. Okay, and from there, the first knob will set the pitch of this tone, and obviously we want a subsonic tone. We want some thump. There we go. Can you hear that thump? Now we can use this mix knob here, the balance, to hear a completely dry signal or only our newly generated tone by twisting it all the way to the right. We can fine tune it from there. And then blend it in. Check this out. Original. Farty. With. We have some thump there. All right, now let's resample this. Resample, rec, press a new pad, rec. We actually don't need that hi-hat. That's why I canceled the recording pretty quickly. And we can also trim a little bit more of the end of it off. All right, delete mark to truncate it, delete again. Nice, we have a good one starting point there. Now we can use some other effects to resample through. Let's go for a filter and drive, for example. This filter right here, you can't take the resonance all the way off. Even when you have the second knob turned all the way down, the resonance seems to be quite high, but you can just play around and try to find a sweet spot for the knock. That's better or not, that's up to you. It's a flavor thing. I think it sounds a little bit better. Even if you have the cutoff all the way up, you're still going to cut some high end off of it. So let's trim a little bit off it and compensate with some drive. And that's a little bit too distortionized. Nice, resample again. I like to have some space, so I'll just dedicate an entire bank like this to have a lot of room for resampling and shaping the sound. Plus, you can always go back in iterations then. So if you find that I didn't really quite like that sound, we can just delete it and go back if we change our minds. What about the next one? We could take this even further. How about we add a compressor to it, for example? Number 12, I believe. Actually, I think in this case, if you think that your kick drum needs a little bit more attack, that means that the transient, the first initial sharp point when you trigger the drum sound, you can put this compressor on it. Right now, since we have already put some drive on it with the filter and it's pretty maximized and it's already squeezed together, I don't think it sounds all that nice. We're gonna skip that and go with something else instead. Vinyl sim is a fave for many. Put a little bit of noise, just a tiny bit. 404. This is how I like to work with when I iterate like this on samples. One effect, I don't get very dramatic with it. I tend to use just a little bit of it and then send it to another one. The first control knob, the range here on the vinyl simulator, it can change the sound quite dramatically. And the further down you go, you can hear it's sort of like a notch filter on it, which makes it thin and very resonant in certain frequencies. See? Barely any difference, but let's keep that. You can also play around with one of the pitch effects here to add some extra harmonics to it. Here we're adding 2 different pitches beneath it, and there's some delay to it, so you're going to get a little bit of like in the sound, and that can be dope. Usually not with the kick drums, actually snares and things like that, or other samples. You can get some really cool effects, but if we blend it in just a little bit, we can get some more rumble. That's an aesthetics choice. Resample. I think that is it for this demonstration. Don't restrict yourself from experimenting and trying a variety of different effects. And like I said, if you keep a bank free like this, you can always follow the journey. Let's see what it sounds like from our initial shitty sound to our new lo-fi-ish thumpy kick. Alright, that is it for today. Typically I don't make a lot of videos about the SP, but this is one type of thing that I use it a lot for. Behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? If you want to check out somebody that is really focused on making a lot of SP tips, SP Vids is a great channel for that. This dude has it covered from the everywhere, you know what I'm saying? It's a very limited machine, but it has its charms and unique strengths, you know what I'm saying? Thank you to all my patrons. Check us out in the Discord as well, the Black Hole. Join us there for the weekly beat challenges. That is it for me today. Okay, bye-bye.